Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Today, we are back on the Mon Ultimate, and we are on a new series. We're not finishing out the other series we were doing for the last 6 weeks, including that pre-season race. Yes, we're on a new series. We are joining SROL. Welcome. Hang on, I've the wrong thing set. There we go. There we go. Yes, welcome along. We're about to get into qualifying for the first round of this 3-week series by SRL. I'm sure I've talked about them many times. We've done a few of their LMU events, including the first one way back when. We did the ones with Jimmy recently. We've done their cell course events, their rally events as well. I've mentioned them enough. But this is the first round of a new series, and when I say new, it is a very short series, only a 3-week series. So this is the first of 3 rounds as we wait here at the pit exit. GTE cars and GT3 cars. I'm a bit rushed. I didn't get the time. I've barely warmed myself up, to be honest. I did 10 minutes in practice. It was super scruffy. I barely got a clean lap in, to be honest. So I'm not expecting much from today, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to just try rest, see what happens, see what we can do. And that will be that. I don't know if we're going to do a daily event at the end of this. This is a longer race than what we're used to on Wednesdays. 75-minute race instead of 45 minutes, so fill half an hour longer. As we get tires up to temperature, soft tires in the GTs, so come up to temperature quite nicely, especially with the track temp up at 43 degrees. And we go set off for our first flying lap then. Down towards T1, braking just after the 150 board. Through turn 2 and then braking for turn 4. Snatch the front right just about. Pistol wide for the apex. Then make our way down towards turn 11, having skipped out nearly half the track. Get the car into left-hander not too badly now, not quite flat out through the long right-hander here. Oh, rear end just sliding around on us. That lost us a lot of time, that lost us by a second, annoyingly. We'll have more laps. Oh, come on, I might as well abort. Oh, I just realized it's limited tire sets. Oh, no, it isn't. No, I'm thinking of something else. So, yeah, we can just throw a new set on and try again. Something else that's limited to 8 tire sets that I was reading earlier today. A few too many things going on between racing in and commentating on. Not necessarily today, but in the week. So yeah, hopefully can still get a good lap in. Not much of a surprise of the rear end of a Porsche being a bit slidey. I think we might need to be a little bit easier on the out lap, just to not wear the tires. So then, second attempt at flying lap. Towards T1. Ran the car a little deeper on the brakes. That's a little bit better through the right-hander, through the shortcut. A little bit wide for the apex there. Lifting to just clear the track limits. Now you run to the line. First flying lap. 22.1 puts us 12th. 1.5 seconds off the top time. Let's see how much more time we can find as a much better T1. So already up a quarter of a second. wide here on the exit. Look at the time again from not having to lift. Now, final corner. That felt pretty good. 1/10 improvement. Where does that bump us to? P7. Much better. To be honest, maybe should have aborted and tried to do one more lap with new tyres on lower fuel. Just 1/10 off our previous time. Better exit off of 13. Just the final corner then, we're about 300ths down. Ah, went in too quick. We're going to get 2 more laps in. We only have the fuel for 1 more lap. But I imagine the tyres are a little too far gone to be saying a personal best. Drop down to P8 now. Got a couple of cars just 1/10.5 in front of us. Again, just 1/10 down on our previous lap at this point. The car understeering a little bit more as the tires wear out. Brakes locking a bit into the final corner. We'll practice pit entry as this will be the end of our session. That's a good pit entry. We're quite far down the pit lane too, which is nice. '24. I've got Porsche 1-2 from the field. So I kind of guess that's our goal. Put full fuel in 98 litres. That'll apparently take us 21, 22 laps, perhaps. That should take us a third of the way into the race. Yeah, we'll do so easily. It's more of a question of, yeah, we should be able to flat out to stop this race. Might be a little bit more difficult in the GT3s. Yeah, so right in the mid-pack, there are 16 GTs. A couple find themselves buried in the GT3 field. As we're just waiting for the qualifying session to come to a close. But yeah, looks like we might not have quite enough pace to sort of get into the top 6. They seem to be fairly close together and sort of a bit of a pack there. We're a bit off that. We're sort of in this midfield pack. So looking to see if we can at least try and get P7.
Go to the grid for a race start.
Minute and a half. Question is, what tires do people go on? Seems like there's a lot of people going soft tires. Looks like everyone's going soft. Okay. I will trust it. The GT3s are going to have an interesting start, given... Ooh, sun. Ooh, a little bit blinding. But yeah, GT3s are going to have an interesting... those with the class split... this is probably the two classes that, I don't think the game should split, is GTE, GT3. They're close enough that, yeah, the slower GTE drivers can be beat by the quickest GT3 drivers.
Formation lap has started.
So, of course, SRL run for their main events. They run a little bit of a different starting procedure. It's to try and minimize the penalties given out for the starts. So people are to drive more at 50 kilometers per hour rather than 60. Well, the leader is everyone sort of bunches up. Goes a little bit quicker to bunch up. Does mean we can't use the pit speed to limit our speed.
Green flag, green flag.
Bit of a poor reaction there. Like the bunching up here. They'd go 4 wide if there was the space. Just getting caught behind the Corvette in front. Nowhere really to go. It's not the time to be weaving Corvette. Yellow Corvette tries to hang it around the outside, but not quite able to. I didn't put new tires on. Yay! That was stupid. Well, I'm definitely changing tires at the first pit stop. Gotta make this race just a little bit trickier. Especially this first stint. So we're still in P8. Concertina up into the first turn. Just try and stay close to the cars in front of us while breaking away from the Corvette behind. So a half-second gap roughly between both cars around us. Seconds slower than the leader though. Of course, a bit of that will be concertina effect. Though having worn tires certainly doesn't help. Especially since they're softs, they wear that much quicker. This first stint will sort of just be about holding on. Per turn there. And with the limited practice I've not done a long stint. I don't know how the tires are going to react throughout the race. Car behind's had 2 invalid laps in a row. They're going to be ticking up a few track limit warnings. A lot of fighting in the pack in front of us, though. If it wasn't for the old tires, we should be able to keep right on the tail end of that. The Corvette gets around Aston Martin. Cars aren't queuing up behind us, which is good. Viper exit there, running wide onto the curb. Luckily, car behind not close enough to take advantage. Tire struggles are becoming more prevalent, I fear. That's a massive slide. It's gonna cost me. And then just lock the rears there. You pull in the clutch and again, nothing happens because LMU can't make it worthwhile. Just after in that. Yeah, it could be difficult with these tires. At least we're still in front of the GT3 field. Yellow flag, so I had to back out of that move. These are medium tyre runners, so they're not going to be struggling on tyres as much as I am. Rear end again, going around there. We're trying to at least. If I'd done more strategy work, I'd know like how close I was. You know, first point I could pit and make it to the end without an extra pit stop. Try and minimize my worries. Rear end is not stable in this Porsche. Fight for P2 in the GT3 field. Oh yeah, it's that rear right. That's really disrupting the balance. I'm just having to work so much at the wheel. Just to stop the car from spinning. Struggling with traction. Let's see the GT3 go for a dive there for a moment. Set up 6, just try to make things a little bit easier for myself. Oh, this is GT3 leader. Look at that sliding. I kind of don't want to hold the GT3 up, but I also don't want to be the one stuck behind them. I think I have to go like 1 or 2 more laps. And then I think I can make it to the end. "15 minutes in, 1 hour to go." Yeah, I'm best just staying here. You know, because that car barely missed me. I don't trust one car to not go straight in front of me. Yeah, at this point I might as well pit. Flat spot 2. Soft full fuel. Hopefully this doesn't bring us back in GT3 traffic. There's a chance it does. It's not that long of a track. "29 seconds. Oh yeah, we're gonna be like right in the middle of the GT3 pack annoyingly. Right. Try and get some temperature into the tires, that should be easy enough. And then try and go forward. Space down the middle. That was a risky move to technically unlap myself. Yeah, so immediately into personal best. I don't know if they lifted at all, but I feel like they did. Even with that overtaking there, they got another personal best. I hope these GT3s are pitting soon. Because they'll just make things a little bit easier. I maybe should have gone for that dive. But I feel like this will be the safer one. Don't lock the front right as I go to turn in. X in there somewhere. Might be this lap with the GT3s pit. Yep. That leaves us with clear air. Still gonna be a little bit before the GTE's pit. I would think some are pitting, have just pitted. Oh, there's a GT3 coming out. Ah. The GT3's pitting hasn't really helped us. Because of the pit time, they've come out practically back in front of us. Not quite close enough here for a move into T1. Certainly not trying to outbrake a GT3 with its ABS. GT3 lets me go. I think this Aston has new tyres because it was the leader and it's the first one that we're catching, so I'm pretty sure they have new tyres. Which is going to make this pass even more tricky. Go. That wasn't too bad. There's slipstream 2 for the Aston. Would be the most helpful, since of course they can brake later than us. Have to brake earlier than they'd like to. They did set personal best though, so can't complain too much. Ooh, Fry's going for two softs on the left-hand side, mediums on the right-hand side. That's an interesting combination. A little deep on the brakes there. They won't be able to go to the end, but their last pit stop is going to be much shorter than ours. More GTEs pitting. Mustang lets us through. BMW's go, let's go for the final corner. Nice double front lockup. Hopefully flat spot isn't too bad, not feeling anything, which is good. 9 laps till we pit. By 2 seconds now covers the top 3 in GTE, or GT3, sorry. Hopefully be able to get back to driving away from that battle. Not even halfway through the race. Lights having a little flicker as they turn on to illuminate the track. Two cars behind for position, setting personal bests. Now remember, everyone else will only need to put in about 10 laps of fuel. We'll need to put in a full tank, so our pit stop's going to be nearly twice as long as everyone else's, depending on tire changes. Luckily we've a lot of clean air in front of us, keep running laps, putting decent times in. I don't think these times are too bad, but I can't really see what the front runners, sort of the group of the GTs that we were in, what they're doing. At the moment we're fighting for P11. If we continue at this pace compared to those behind us, I think we will take P11. But we just need to continue with this pace, continue sort of opening the gap for now and covering off our longer pit stop. But yeah, I think we need a bigger gap than what we currently have. Snatch the front right a little bit there. Doesn't seem to have damaged the tire too much, which is good. GT3s just go less by. Make things nice and easy, which is appreciated. Other thing is the track is getting cooler and cooler, which is only getting better for the soft tires. Track's now down at 35 degrees. Cooler than ambient, which is at 36. New fastest lap of the race. So we're not quite that front running pace. That's for sure. Of course, currently we're in a much different point of our stint. We're getting towards the end. We're going to have 3 more laps to go here when we cross the line. And that front left, very worn now. Under 50%. Ooh, Corvette pitting now. They'll have to fuel save to make it to the end. They'll have to fuel save a little bit. 2 more laps. Minutes left in the race. Catch up to Porsche GT3. I'll go put in a full tank because we're going to have a couple of liters here to spare anyway. So might as well save a little bit of weight and by second probably in pit stop time. Can maybe take a lap's worth out, but I don't want to play it that risky. Should be 20 laps to go. Stick with this. A little safe on the pit entry. But coming in for hopefully the final time. 27.5 minutes remain. "45-second pit stop." Yeah, game says only 89 liters is required, so I'm definitely going a bit safe. But I'm not too sure if that much safety, or that little safety, I should maybe say, will have sort of make up the difference of a position. 15 seconds. It looks like we might get a bit of space sort of here at the back end of the GT3 field. Might be a bit awkward, but oh well. Bit of a poor getaway from the box, but oh well. New tyres. Got a couple of GT cars to follow. Try and keep up with. And I suspect we're going to see a flurry of GT3 pit stops too. So just because we're sort of clearer at the moment relative to GT3s doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. Just looking at lap times, should be 1/2 quicker than the 2 cars in front. Which is not good. As we're trying to unlap ourselves. Aston has good straight line speed. Aston quite early on the brakes there. Look at the acceleration. How am I get on the lap myself like this? There's a GT3 here as well. Just make things even more complicated. Aston goes for a dive. Fries just go less through as well, which is appreciated. Bit of a dive bomb there on the Aston. Please don't fight this back. You're only going to lose both of us time. Bad exit there for the Ferrari. So we should hopefully be able to unlap ourselves here as well. Ferrari got a little wiggle there. Might lose place to the Aston because of it. They're side by side. Aston with the inside. Ferrari going for a cutback. They're trying to. Not going to work out for them. Sky getting considerably darker now as the sun has set. Aston's gone exploring behind. That Porsche went in very deep. all of the Porsche noises. They let us through. New personal best here. We'll just... Oh, 122 dead. Shortcut there is a little bit dark. Track lighting not quite reaching it. Oh, is that a twitch for a Lambo there? Sending them off towards barrier. Yeah, we're lapped down to the leaders. That's Bailey in the Porsche up there that's just come out of the pits. Was on for a new personal best, but then found a Ferrari. A little bit deep into T1. Billy's definitely been one of the earlier people to make their final pit stop. They were quicker than Billy that lap. I wasn't stuck in traffic, so that's a bit odd. And if he's on soft tires, which I imagine he is, I don't see how they, wouldn't be up to temperature after a lap. Track temps come down to 33 degrees, but still not that cool. Mustang now for company. Now the annoying thing here is the Mustang is getting slipstream from Bailey. Doesn't look like it's a straight line speed anyway. Did Bailey lift and coast there? I think Bailey's lifting and coasting. That's why he's not quick. Yeah, Bailey's lifting, which is annoying. Because if he was running flat out, he'd be quicker than me. But because he's lifting, and lifting quite a lot, I'm actually I can go a bit quicker than him. I locked the front right. I put flat spot on it. Thank you, McLaren. Billy's up to second now. I think the leader might still have to pit. I'm not too sure. Glad I locked the front right and not the front left. Try and get the move done on the mark, but not send it into the back of the Lexus. That's not easy. Well, that's a little too deep with the lockup, or the flat spot, I should say. I'm just going to lift dive this. That's a really awkward position to be in. Boxed in. up one place, up to 13th now, as Fry is pitted. This is just a really awkward spot. There's two cars in the pits now. Seeing this Fry's for position. This is P11. You know, the time with Bailey and the GT3s, so that's cost me this position. It's not too late to go chasing after it. And Bailey's got third place right behind him. If he's still having to lift and coast, he might struggle to hold on to that one. Mark GT3, that's going to be getting involved in this battle too. That's hoping the Mark was going to run a little bit wider there. Open up that inside a little bit more. They were much earlier on the brakes than expected. I wasn't intending on going for that move. They were so early on the brakes that it was going to be difficult to back out of it, so I thought it's better to commit to this than not. I was hoping they didn't cut in front of me there. Then they did, and it's like, oh, I need to pull out here. And I thought I was early enough on the brakes, but now it's too late. And I got P2 and GT3s, or GTEs, trying to lap us. A little bit wide for the Ferrari. They'll lock up. Next rules reversed. And this time I'm not going to shut the door last second to pull over for the racing line. Flat spot is really bad. Oh, and Aston has caught up as well to join this battle with how much we were slowing each other down. Well, that flat spot is so atrocious. Two laps to go. I take it the Corvette's not too annoyed. They've not flashed their lights. And they've not been that close. They've been stuck at half a second back. Final lap then. One last GT3 car to pass. That being Alexis. Leaders already finished. They were well up the road. We will take the P11. I sort of said by halfway through would be possible, but yeah. Disappointing race, and really it was all on me. Oh, Bailey fell down to 8th at the end. He must have had some issue. 10 litres to spur at the end. Yeah, I should have taken an extra lap. An extra at least 4 litres out. A few more people switched to mediums at the end. Interesting. Out of fuel? They must be out of fuel. They need to cross the line, otherwise they lose their place. Yeah, they're just trying to coast it to the line here. 40 kilometers per hour. Luckily, the line isn't too far down the straight. Yeah, they'll make it. They'll just about be able to crawl. There's the line. And finishing a whopping 28 kilometers per hour. They will just make it. That's funny. Yeah, messy race. Not having the practice. Like, it was scruffy driving from me, and then, yeah, not putting new tires on for the start really just, it just meant that, yeah, that first stint, just struggle time, and then not knowing when I could pit, having to hold it out with rear tires that just weren't alive anymore. Well, that is going to be it for LMU. We'll switch over. We'll do some Art of Rally to end the stream on, as we normally do. Yeah. Next round will be next week. We don't know what track it is. We'll find out in 6 days' time on Tuesday. It's up to random selection. Yeah, Burton Paddock, an interesting track to start up with. So yeah, we'll have to see what we get next week. Hopefully it'll go a little bit better. A little more warmed up to the GTE now. Yeah, hopefully she does a little bit better. Yesterday in the daily event, we got 28th, top 10%. Let's see what we can do today. Group 3 car at Japan, running, I believe, the same 5.1 kilometer gravel stage. Bit of fog around. Thankfully, this stage isn't too quick. I believe we're running it in the opposite direction. Yeah, this is definitely the opposite direction. Careful with how we slide the rear end about. Felt like a good run so far, as we're about 2/3 of the way through the stage. There's the finish. 2:48.2. Stage a bit more enjoyable without the rain. That puts us 15th. Top 5%, much better than yesterday. Much better run. I'll happily take that. That is a good run indeed. Let's run the weekly event then. Last week we got 38th, top 5%, not too bad. 20th the week before, and 38th. So we're on that 2 38ths in a row. That's funny. 45th. So hopefully we can break into the top 30 this week. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Group 2 at Germany, starting off with a 6.7 kilometer tarmac stage. Oh, the Alpine. A110. Of course, they're. I can't remember if it's mid or rear engined exactly, but the engine towards the back of the car does make a bit of a. Just cause rear end to slide around a bit. I do need shift down a gear for that. Ooh. That's not a good way to start, of course, being a Group 2 car. Much less grip than some of the cars we've been driving recently, so have to take things a bit slower, a bit more easier. And as by the weight distribution, the engine being at the back of the car, just kind of mean that, yeah, the front end will go into a corner, the rear end won't, and kind of just drag the whole car out with it. Felt like I was a little bit cautious into that hairpin, but the elevation and sort of low grip nature of this car just had it slide a little bit wide into the corner. A little slap on the barrier, trying to put the power down. There's finish of first stage. Wasn't too great with that mistake at the start. 24th. Top 5%. That's much better than I was expecting. Must have been a good rest of the stage. Now I've got an 11.4 kilometer stage. So plenty of distance to make more time up. Can we get ourselves into the top 20? Lots of 90-degree corners to start off this stage. Very wide for the apex, so tried to turn in over the crest. Front end going light, and yeah, not wanting to turn in. Can't use the throttle in the same way as you can with some of the quicker all-wheel drive cars to rotate the car. There's plenty of cars that will make that turn at that speed in this game. This Group 2 Alpine is not one of them. Obviously, like, no downforce in these classic cars, or real classic cars, historic cars, you could say. Part of the reason why they slide around, especially at the higher speeds. Also just the older tires on them, not giving as much grip. By halfway through the stage now. Gearing at the low end is a bit awkward in this car. First feels a bit too short, but second, you just bog down in second. Of course, the clutch being very useful for the second gear. Only about a quarter of the stage to go. Big jump there, cursor moved to the left a little bit on the landing. Not ideal for setting up the left-hander that was coming up. Careful of that chicane. Nearly ran into the high bale. Also got the stones that line the side of the road. Not far to go, there is the finish. 4:36.8, felt like a good run. Let's see Gets us up one place, up to 23rd. So yeah, it's really that time from the start of the first stage that's costing us places at the moment. Repairs. Oh, we do have gearbox. Fixing gearbox will be helpful for the shifts between first and second, especially. Just make them a little bit quicker, because we have an 8-kilometer stage here. Quite a few hairpins here. Slide wide on a corner that has Armco barrier on the outside of it. Don't want to slam into it and pick up damage. The start line, which you can see there, is always very deceptive. Makes you think, oh, this is a nice open corner that I can floor it through. Then it's like, nope, it tightens. And you just run into tables if you full attack it. Up to 19th, into that top 20 now that we've fixed the gearbox. Can we hold on through the final stage? 9.6 kilometers, so another fairly long stage in the fog. Let's see. Can we hold on? Can we gain another final spot? Can tell you this now, we're not going to hold on to a top 20 by the end of the week. But if we can hold on to it for today, that would be nice going. Stutters. So I am. Hi, Eddie. How can you not be cursed? I don't know. I gotta admit, I'm non-expert in curses. In anything, to be honest with you, just pretend to know things a lot of the time. Nearly turned in too early there. Hit the inside wall. You're a speed orbital. That was a bad time to the good chat. Nearly missed that junction. Just by getting the car slow down. Your input on a mystery spin. Yeah, can look at it. I think I've seen a spectator stuck in the hay bale on the left-hand apex there. Just seen the head poking out the top. Bit of understeer there. Game is really struggling. There's so many stutters. And these are the same settings I've ran since I got new GPU. Like 9 months ago now. There's the finish, 350.5. Where's that puss? We stand 19th. Open up a little bit of a gap to the cars behind. But yeah, ultimately it was that mistake at the start that cost us. Maybe it could have been top 15. Was it not for that mistake? But oh well. Yeah, 19th, not bad. We'll see. Have to see how far we drop in the remainder of the week. There's still just over 4 days to go. Just over 3 days. 3 days and a few hours to go in the weekly event. So yeah, we'll have to see how far we do drop down. Hopefully, it's not too far. But yeah, you never know. Yeah, that is going to be it for today's stream. So it is. Another little bit of a short one. Not running the daily events, so the streams are a little bit short. Just coming up to the 2 hour mark. But yeah, not really feeling like daily races this week, just with being a little busy. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, disappointing. Bit of a struggle in the first race. The pace wasn't too bad for the first round of the SROL Championship. Pace wasn't too bad. It was solid mid-pack. It was just, yeah, having not driven the GT cars too much, certainly not outside daily races at all. Yeah, a bit of learning to do. Forgetting new tires was certainly hurt and really led to sort of the mistakes in the first stint that really dropped us back. You know, could have been like 6th, 5th place perhaps if it wasn't for that. Because yeah, we got into some really awkward situations trying to fight our way back through. You know, trying to pass the GT3 leaders not once but twice because of the pit cycle. Having to unlap ourselves from a high placed GTE that was fuel saving, and then being chased down by another one that wasn't fuel saving and was pushing on their final stint. While fighting for position while passing GT3 cars, that was that could not have got any more awkward. I don't think that was peak awkwardness, with just the multi-class interactions and then lapping interactions within the same class. Um, yeah, it was tough. We didn't have any major incidents in the race though. That's the good thing. And yeah, hopefully next week, hopefully we get a good fun track. There is a lot of selection. We will not see Bahrain for the remainder of the series, but we could see any of the other 10 tracks in Le Mans Ultimate. So yeah, could be any of them. Hopefully it'll be a track that works well with GT3s and GTEs. Seems like we're hoping it isn't Le Mans of any sorts, or Monza as well. But straight line speed didn't seem to be too great in the Porsche GTE compared to the other GTE cars. I mean, there was one car we were slipstreaming, and we just weren't gaining anything. So yeah, hopefully not Monza, not Le Mans. I'm not sure what tracks we'd like to see. Sebring, maybe we did well Sebring in the daily races we did run there. That could be good. Portimao, perhaps. Although not having ABS, that could be difficult. Trying not to lock tires up. Yeah, I'm not sure what tracks. Not Monza, not Le Mans. I think that's what we're going to say for track wise in terms of what we're hoping for. But yeah, it can be any track, any layout that isn't Bahrain now. Yeah, hopefully a better round strategy. Bit, assume the GTE strategy isn't interesting. We have about 2.5 stints in the race. Yeah, it does leave some sort of options viable. You know, do you do two full stints and then one short stint that's by half a stint, or do you run like 3 2/3 stints roughly? 2/3 or 3/4 stints. To not run the tire, to run the car a little bit lighter, to not run the tires as worn, running the soft compound. That's a bit of a question. But yeah, is there a shout at maybe running mediums? Better in the long run. Maybe you don't change them in the second pit stop if you are doing a shorter one. I think that's what's. Am I seeing that from another couple of people? Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. There's plenty of strategy options. Yeah, we'll have to see what we end up doing next week. Maybe there is a potential to fuel save for a one stop too, if it was something like Portimao that is low fuel usage. Just a thought. It would be a lot of fuel saving though. So yeah, don't know if that would quite work out, but yeah, I mean we've seen how much time Bailey was losing fuel saving. Don't know if it was the fuel saving that dropped him to 8th or if it was something else, but yeah, he was losing a lot of time. He was going over by a second and a half, a lap slower, if not 2 seconds maybe. So yeah, he lost a lot of pace, you know. So yeah, maybe the GTs don't fuel save as well as the GT3s, but yeah, not sure. Some experimenting can be done there. I'm certainly not going to have the time to do it. We'll just have to see how next week goes. See what track. But yeah, in the meantime, we'll also be back on Tuesday for the second round for our IndyCar series. I'll be at Belle Isle. Interesting street track in Detroit. The old Detroit IndyCar circuit before they went or started using the new one in the downtown Detroit. Quite a flowing circuit, very fun to drive. Difficult, it will be difficult to pass, but we've seen with the high tower, Autopolis yesterday, strategy will be key. Safety cars will throw curveballs into it. Yeah, should be plenty interesting enough. I've been rambling on for enough now. So yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday for the second round of our IndyCar series, and then again, same time next Wednesday for some Le Mans Ultimate. Yeah, thank you, Artie. Thank you, Eddie, for popping in for their bit and chatting a bit. Hope you both had a good race yourselves this evening. I'm sure we'll talk about that soon. thank you to all of you that have been lurking in chat. I'm sorry I couldn't have been on a better race for you this evening, but yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. Hopefully, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, next week will be better. But yeah, until next Tuesday, thank you all very much again for watching as well. Also, for VOD watchers, thank you as well for watching. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, take care. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.